Hello, mover mailbag. We haven't done one of these in a while. Hold on, I got some stuff up. Card. We've got a card. I've got two things. I've got things for the mover mailbag, and I've got a Luna. She's also right here. It's just me by my lonesome. It's crazy. Extra camera. Oh, Luna Bell. She's sitting there. But you know why she's sitting there? Because she thinks that the mover mailbag is the Luna mailbag. Let's see if she'll. There she is, right there, waiting and ready in case any of these pieces of mail, which is only two things. I think she's going to be disappointed because there's nothing for her. But hello, we haven't done one of these in a while. I'm trying the thing where we transition from public to members only, subscribers only, whatever. Members only is a jacket. But we'll switch from one to the other and see. Uh-oh, camera's having problems. Let's see. There we go. We'll switch from one to the other as long as I can figure it out. But hello, people. I even have the little chat at the bottom. Good morning, everybody, as well. So I asked Wombat to join us. I sent him the link. I don't know if he will. We'll see if he does or not. But haven't been posting much on this channel. I don't know. It seems redundant almost, right? Because we talk about something on the Mover and Gonky show, and then it's like, well, am I going to talk about it again by myself, even though I already talked about, like the helicopter thing? People got mad because I made jokes, but that's the whole point of the Mover and Gonky show. It's a talk show. This ain't the news or nothing. So we make fun of stuff and we joke. We don't joke about serious stuff. Like we didn't make fun of anybody getting hurt or the helicopter crash itself. I made a joke about Delta in the background because why not? We always make fun of Delta. And some people got upset about that because I think when people watch, I don't know, the clips or whatever, they lose the context and they want very serious, very dry Blanco Lirio. And I love Juan. I think he does a great show. I loved having him on, but we are different as far as what the product is. The Mover and Gonky show is more of the bros joking around, kind of talking about stuff with our expertise, if you will, and covering current events as we go. He is like in-depth analysis, like NTSB style NPR. So it's very different. And I think people get mad when they expect the same thing. It's just not us. So anyway, of course, they're always mad at me and never Gonky because Gonky's a golden retriever and he's very pretty. Yeah, we're doing the mover mailbag today. That's just my rant. Also, you guys can tell me what you think. I'm thinking about, because remember Life with Mover? I've got that second channel. Really don't do much with it. I was thinking about branching out and doing my own podcast on that channel where it's just like everything else. And, the law enforcement stuff, the guns, dog stuff, racing, sports, whatever, just everything else, not this. And that's kind of what it would be. But let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in doing it weekly, kind of like the Mover and Gonky show. It's just, it would be, everything else. So Doug couldn't be here. He's got a real job. He's working today. So until the hour, we will be live publicly. And then at 11, we're going to switch to members only if I can figure that out. Wombat should show up at some point and we'll go. And JD, if we do the second podcast, I'm going to have you on as a guest host one day. You can talk about cop stuff and just be mad at the world because all the stupid stuff that we see. Anyway, this first thing is a postcard. Eric has sent a bunch and I had a box of the postcards and unfortunately it accidentally got thrown away. So this is one I kept, and this is from all the way back in June. It says, "Hi Mover, this island is called Llama Island on the south side of Hong Kong." Llama? They have the first wind turbine power station, coal fire power plant, and about 7,000 residents. According to Wikipedia, 20% of the residents are white. Looks a bit like Stanley. Eric in Hong Kong. And there you go. I did check this morning to see if I had any mail because I figured he'd send, because he sends me stuff like every week. I was kind of curious if I got any mail about the whole dogfight man thing, because we made the entire country of China mad. And that's another one too. So we did the breakdown of that carrier, and Gonky made a of course it's me. I made a joke about Gonky at the very beginning, and we're laughing. And the translators couldn't figure out what we were talking about, so they told their followers that we were laughing at China. American fighter pilots laughing at China. And dude, mad, very angry, very angry. So, but hey, anger creates views. Here's Luna down. Oh, let me see if I can get this right. She's at a weird. She's like, don't tase me, bro. Nope. No, she's done. Okay. I just let her do whatever she wants because she's the boss. So I know some other streamers may be mad about stuff like that, but I just let Luna do what Luna's going to do whenever she wants. There she is. There she is. She thinks this is for her. Apparently, Sean sent this out and said this is for one each, me and El Gonko. Very fragile. Fragile. Look at that. You want that? No? Okay. What do we see here? What now? I don't know what the Luna. Tungsten. Steel. Oh. Oh no, that's hilarious. Oh, that's probably a federal crime. I don't know. Is that legal to have? The best part is, let's see if it's got my stupid face. No, they're both gonky. There you go. Oh, there she goes. Wombat. Wombat has entered the studio. Here he is. Wombat.
What's going on? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. What do you got back there, Wombat? What's that?
What? Oh, you see that up there?
I see that.
That is
swap sides.
That's a new addition to the world here.
That is beautiful. It is. Explain this to our audience. By the way, tell people who you are.
Nobody. I'm a nobody. I'm some guy that they let come on their ridiculously good podcast on Monday nights. Go check it out.
You are co-hosting, right? Monday?
I'm there. Yeah. I'm going to be running. It's going to be straight from a baseball game, though. So
will you be more than just ahead as you are now? We're going to need to tilt we're going to have to figure out that camera angle.
Yeah.
Because now you covered up your.
I know. I can't. I'll just do this back and forth.
Back and forth. Hey, did you see this?
No. What? Wow.
Did you see?
Wow.
Did you see? Oh man. Wow. Oh, it's great. Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Sean sent me that. I've got two of them, one for me and one for Gonky. He should have sent three. I'd send you one.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
It's uncanny, really.
That's the closest Gonky's going to be worth $100 in his life.
Yeah, I bet it costs more than $100.
Yeah, probably. So that was a guy I flew with, Gene, who has a business that makes custom stuff. Like he's a pilot. You know, pilots all have their thing. Like you're a pilot, but you're also an author, right? I mean, it seems like we all, like, I don't know. It's something about us where it's like piloting is not enough.
Wow, it's because it's not piloting, it's airline piloting.
That's true. That's valid. I think that is. No, that's a good point, because I think you get to a point in your career where I don't want to say you're on cruise control, but you have a lot more time.
You have a lot more time.
But you're not grinding. Yeah, but you still have that mentality, that grind mentality. So you're like, how do I fill this? And some people fill it in a negative way, and some people find a positive out, right? Mm-hmm. So Gene, and I can. Did I send you his thing? If you want to plug it here, I mean, we could plug it.
You did not. We were talking about that for Monday, and you didn't send it to me.
But I mean, I don't know. So this is his Instagram. I will send it to you. Hold on.
I don't know. What am I going to do with that information? You want me to put it as a banner?
Well, you could, or put it in the comments, or
Look, I still got this banner from the last time. This is because this is a whole different setup as
Yeah.
Northern Yankee Show.
So go on your FB where we only communicate.
Yep.
And there's a link
Copy
to
link.
Gene's Instagram, and that's where he has an Etsy website. Super nice guy. He's a Viper guy, I think, by trade.
Well, that does make him cool.
So, and I'm going to put up some better photos of it. But what it is it's a gun barrel mount for the Hornet 20 millimeter gun barrel, which is no small thing, as you can see. But what he did, and I sent you the video, you could probably, I mean, if you're tech savvy, you could probably play that scan video. But what it is he etched in basically my whole career. So it's got
the video you sent me.
Remember did I send?
Yeah, the slow like motion thing.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything on there that would.
No PII.
Yeah. So it has the Hawkeye. It has, the patches of the major commands I was at, the Hornet, and then my name and wings, and then you mount this gun barrel in it. And since we're now live, I'm assuming, right? Yeah,
that is correct. We are fully live.
The good news is there's a fair chance if it doesn't stay up on the wall, you're going to see it live. So you could see the how intricate his work is in that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is cool. He can do literally anything, and his attention to detail is.
That's because he flew the Viper.
Well, I was going to say it's kind of a little bit like that. So, so definitely go check out his Instagram for sure. Blow him up on there.
Well, don't blow him up. We don't say those things online.
Oh, sorry.
Say it, avoid things.
Go like him, follow him. He's a great guy. He's a veteran. He's a great American, but he's trying to kick off this business to help him out. So I'll post up more photos on my Instagram, but yeah, I'm very excited about it because if you remember it used to sit vertically behind that chair. Is how I had and you couldn't really see it. So now you could really see it. My son helped me hang it. He thinks it's the coolest thing in the world. He's like, I didn't realize it was that big. I was like, well, story of my life.
That's what he said.
Yeah. But how's everything with you?
Hold on.
Sorry.
We'll get to that in a second. To close the loop, there was actually a letter with this $100 bill, and it says, "Happy birthday, Gonky. If my equation is correct, in pointy nose plane years, you're 69 years old. Here's a gift for you and one for Mover to celebrate this very special day. I was going to get you a sweet, I don't know, it didn't print right or something, set of crew socks. However, I was told your wife is getting you those. Enjoy, my good bros. Keep up the great work. Your pals, Sean and Landon. Bravo Sierra No on Twitch and Sean on YouTube. P.S. Landon says you still can't handle the Viper. That is facts. These are facts. Wombat, weigh in on this.
I'm weighing in.
I have an idea.
Okay.
So, you know how we got the Mover and Gonky show?
You do. That is a fact.
I also have Life with Mover, the second YouTube channel that I don't do anything with.
Okay. So you're going to give that to me, and then it'll just change the name. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you want to. If you want to. That's another idea. You can be part of the Mover Media, the Mogo Media conglomerate.
That's a whole nother discussion that we could have. Sorry, I was trying to send him this so he could see that I just helped his business, or maybe I didn't. Maybe.
Hey, Hanger 51 bought both of your coins. Hey, ask him if he does shadow box. JD wants to know.
I guarantee you he could do shadow box. So the next thing I'm going to ask him to do, and he doesn't realize it, is I want to get a custom holder for all the coins that I have, because they're literally, people send me coins. I have my own, obviously, command coins, and they're literally just like, this sounds horrible, but they're in a box in my safe.
Yeah, I have. Mine aren't even in the safe, so somebody could just walk into my house and steal them. Don't do that though, because I'll shoot you.
Don't do that. But yeah, so anyway, Life with Mover.
Yeah. Anyway, so
you have a Mover mailbag and a Life with Mover, correct?
Now, Mover mailbag is just a feature of this channel.
What is this channel called? I don't even know what I'm on.
This is the CW Lemoyne channel that you've arrived on.
So you have.
This is my main channel,
and this is the one with the most
475,000. Yeah.
Not to brag, but
It's a small channel. Life with Mover only has about 6,900. But I was
is
thinking,
it really like in the hundreds, or is it where you being like, what's the real? I'm just
6,900. It's like 6,000 or 7,000. It's not much.
Okay.
I'd have to
Life
look.
with Mover. Okay, so
But-
you were thinking.
But I was thinking, once a week, doing another podcast
Oh my gosh, you're insane. But continue. I like where this is going.
about everything else that I either know about or like.
That's a short podcast. Well,
No,
no,
it's
you
not.
added the like.
I mean, all right. So we got law enforcement. We can do breakdowns of cop stuff. We can do gun talk, gear review, cars, racing. You know, basically the Mover and Gonky show, except it's just me and talking about everything else. Questions.
I don't hate it, but is there like, so we live in this world where everybody is so, we'll call it TikTok-y, right? Like they've already lost interest in the things that I'm saying because I spoke more than 36 seconds, right?
That's correct.
So and you would be able to answer this, or maybe you don't know, but like you're a channel that like the Mover and Gonky show, I think it is a channel derived aviation focused ish, right? I mean, loosely. And then you guys talk about stuff, and it's setting up, at least my understanding, the in the Navy speak, the ready room, kind of blue couch, sit around, just talking with your buds about stuff that's going on. Your channel is kind of everything you're into, right?
Which channel?
So your current channel,
the one you're on right now.
We're on. Yes. Like, what is your?
I got.
Or is this
pigeonholed.
aviation?
No, this is aviation. I tried.
Okay, so
I tried.
gotcha.
The reason I even started the Life with Mover or the other one is because I YouTube got me pigeonholed, and anytime I did anything other than aviation, it punished the broader channel.
Okay, so that was my question is with this Life with Mover channel.
Yeah, I just
did a
podcast.
Sure. What would being so broad negatively affect it? That was my main question.
It wouldn't affect this channel. Now,
no.
But it might not grow very fast. I think it would be. I mean, it would probably just be a passion project than anything. But it's a diversification. It's a diversification because, in my mind, in my narcissistic world, they would go to see me. They would like me, and we just talk about stuff, about everything else, not just aviation. Because I feel like when I do breakdowns on this channel, they don't care about me. They care about what I'm talking about. They want the fighter pilot, whatever. And same thing with the Mover and Gonky show. That's more of they want Gonky. This would be they want to hear me jibber jabber about, like, hey, the Corvette got into a pursuit with the cops and they used the grabber, and that's kind of cool. Or, when the Z06s were melting down because of the fuel leak, covering articles like that from a different perspective.
So essentially it's the same as this channel minus aviation. It's everything
else. It's literally everything else.
So the question I have for you on that is,
and you could be a guest because we could talk about Porsches.
That'd be great. Like, should I sell it? Just kidding.
Well, that would be a question
should I drive it?
I would drive it. I wouldn't. I mean, I
need to drive it, dude. It is
the
dirtiest. I would argue I could start an Instagram channel right now of the dirtiest Guards Red GT3 covered in dust sitting in the garage. But I don't hate the idea, but look at it from your time value of money. Because I know more so than I think a lot of people that even watch, like, you put a lot of effort into this personally. Right. There's a lot of people out there that do YouTube channels that don't put a lot of effort into it. And it shows. And I'm not going to call them out, but I think we know who I'm talking about. No, there's plenty of them, right? There are plenty of them.
You're talking about
that. Just you don't do that, and you've never done that. You've put a lot of time. I went back, begrudgingly went back and watched the original interview you did with me.
Wow.
Don't do that.
That's 14 years ago.
Don't do that. It is embarrassing on a level for me. But the point I'm getting at is you, even back then, the amount of time, like, you could just tell you put a lot into it. I mean, there's about half a dozen YouTube channels that I come across that are that way. The vast majority are not. So
podcasts are less time intensive than single videos. personally. One
Because
podcast, 1
you're
hour. a
talking
week.
like this, you just do it.
This is less time intensive than like coming up with a topic, making a video, editing the video, and putting it out. That is more time intensive than, hey, every Monday at 8 o'clock. What was time intensive with that was editing the clips, and we ended up outsourcing it, so it's not time intensive anymore.
Okay, so now if you did this platform on your other channel, is this a live every weekday?
Yeah.
Or not every weekday? This would be like a weekly thing?
Yeah, like a once a week thing. Like pick, and it wouldn't be 2 hours like the other one. It'd be 1 hour.
No. What time are you thinking?
No idea.
Okay. Because that's important.
It might be Monday too. It might be Monday at, during the day instead of at night.
Do you get more viewers during the day than at night, or does it really matter?
I don't know. I think with that small of a channel, it's not going to matter.
Until it gets huge, and then it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
Man.
The daytime audience is more European because of the time zones.
Sure.
The nighttime audience, they like that. Our friend Esat Akar, right? He would always be on the show, but it was 3 a.m. in Turkey. And then he got a health condition, so he couldn't make it anymore. So now he just watches the VOD after, which would still exist with this idea.
Does it, because I don't know, I'm not smart on this. Does it, because this is all about time value money, right? I mean, you do it and it's fun and you put a lot of stuff out there.
It's not about
but,
the time.
But there is a return on your investment, and your time is an investment, right? I think anybody that watches can appreciate that.
That channel is sitting dormant right now. So it's not like
true.
It would be
you're going to use your time. So you're basically investing your time into this channel more.
Right.
Does it change your return on investment for that time if I watch your channel live versus if I watch it later?
No.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. Okay.
No.
Would you chop it like you do the Mover and Gonky show, or would it just be a live and you're done?
Depends on how it does. Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. I mean, probably would not chop it.
Okay. Then I say do it. Go for it.
We'll see.
Why not? If you want Porsche content, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
You could even come up here and videotape.
You're my first Porsche videotape. We're gonna get the old 8mm out. And
yes, we are.
Do some stuff.
How have you been?
Wait, hold on. They're asking the audience, because this is actually the Mover Mailbag. The whole point of this was to answer.
It's not about me.
We're switching.
That's funny.
We're switching to members only in about 7 minutes. So, in case anybody's wondering, this is only a 1 hour show. Wombat.
I've
been great. I guess I've been good. I do have some emails real quick I want to get through while we're on the live side. Liam says, do you think the Harrier could be adapted for the new carrier landing system that recently installed in USA Carrier? Also, if you interviewed an air boss on your show, what would he say? That's you. What would you say?
I'm a hypothetical air boss.
You're a DCS air boss.
I'm a DCS, which is as good as a real air boss, as we've learned from all other DCS comments. So yeah.
Sincerely, Liam. So let me ask you. He said, also forgot Wombat line saying you can mention on the show next time he's your guest. See? Liam would like to know. Please answer.
What is he? What was the?
Could the Harrier be adapted for the new carrier landing system that they recently? I mean, it's a VTOL.
Why would it? Yeah, it's VTOL, right?
I think
it could work.
Outdated now.
Yeah. I mean, I would be shocked. Well, what about because they don't launch. Do they launch straight up? Not regularly, right? Don't they normally do a run?
Jet. Yeah, they do the run thing.
The takeoff I don't know about, because the arresting wires and all that. But like the landing, they can land that thing. If they can land in a field, they can land on an aircraft carrier, right?
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't. I don't know. So
okay, well, that's the rest of this is all. People don't send me emails anymore.
They're all just looking to see if you need to extend your car warranty emails.
Yeah, it's all like Project Virtus deserves to be in the hands of readers who will feel every pulse of it.
That's how I know emails? I made it. Oh yeah, that's how
I tell you what, I got a phone call the other day, and I was like, how did you get my number? Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, stop yourself right now.
Yeah. But
Go
it
away.
wasn't, the problem was you want the phone call. It just
know.
wasn't for the reason. You want
Yeah,
the
I want the
movie
phone call
deals,
from Jerry
series, like,
Bruckheimer.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Not
says,
from
hey,
somebody that's, my favorite is when I get an email or an Instagram message from somebody that's like, we could publicize your book and it could go to the next level. And I
Yeah.
click on their link and they have like 10 followers. And I'm
0
like,
bestsellers.
yeah. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm not trying to read my own press here, but come on, man. Like,
Hey, Wicked Spider Black. Happy Thursday. Appreciate it. Garrett says, what's up, guys? Got to see the E2D recently, VAW 123. Not going to lie, Wombat, it's a cool looking bird. And the Air Force One F-16 Escort. Sadly, I'm in Rome for 3 months. Oh, sadly,
I'm in Rome.
Sadly, I'm in Rome, and I'm here.
Hey,
for
Garrett, the shows will be there when you get back, dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Sadly.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. What a hardship tour.
Hey, somebody's got to do it, right?
Somebody's got to do it. Yeah, most of this stuff we end up talking about on the show. But yeah, the president was escorted by the Egyptian Vipers with the conformal fuel tanks, and none of them could stay in formation. They were all wobbling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, don't hit them.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, how are you, man? Are you excited about Monday?
Yeah, I am. I'll have it set up. Like I said, I pray, because I know you don't frequent the coach pitch 7-year-old little league games.
I'm not familiar with it.
If you did, that'd be really creepy. So you would. But the games can go like 45 minutes to God knows how long. So I will have everything set up. I really wanted to get that hung to help Gene out, and then I'm not going to fly because I'm not going to miss the Mover and Donkey show, but I'm also not going to miss my son's baseball game. So
you should do both at the same time. Have him
the
baseball
fly
game.
and the
we could do a live commentary of the game from the show.
That would probably, at the level we're at, cause your viewership to plummet on boredom levels.
Skyrocket.
So, no, the kids are great. I've enjoyed it. Season's almost over. So,
well, this is a sad email. Hold on.
Oh no,
I'm looking through these. I found a sad one. Mover, I recently watched your video on Retire 2-3 with controller Richard Smith. I'm not sure if someone ever divulged the name of the pilot, and if so, I apologize. But it was Billy Bijou Gracie. He was initial cadre F-16 pilot at Hill Air Force Base and Hahn Air Base. Later as an instructor at MacDill in the A models. The videos from a B model. Telltale sign, no upfront control data in the HUD, and he had to ask his wingman for his FC and P winds data. I just thought I'd pass on you. The Bijou passed away this past Saturday, 13th September. Was a great mentor and mentally fledgling fighter pilot in those early years of the F-16, nickel in the grass from Cato. So sorry to hear that. That's wow. It's crazy. We're like getting past the Vietnam generation, and now it's the Cold War 90s fighter pilots that are starting to pass away.
I know.
So
that's why life's short, man. You gotta.
Docky was just telling me that. He's like, you need to go on a road trip and just leave for 3 weeks. It's like, Docky, we don't all have a Spaceball 1.
Well, no, if you want to leave for 3 weeks and not use his RV, you'd actually get somewhere.
Yeah.
So for him, leaving 3 weeks gets him 50 miles from his house and broken down. That's not a big trip.
He made it all the way to Ohio and back.
All the way. I'm glad he made it back. I did not hear that he made it back. So
all right. It's time to switch to members only. Let's see if I can do this right. Members only.
What does that mean? I don't watch your is this where you show your feet? No.
Nope. This says, is it members only now? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Would you rather a call from Jerry Bruckheimer or Margot Robbie? Jerry Bruckheimer, dude. Margot Robbie's pregnant. That's over. There's another Australian. Forgot her name. So, but she's Australian, and Australian women.
They love American men. They do.
They should. They should love an American mover.
I learned that when I did my first port call down there, and I didn't believe the people, and they're like, dude. And I was like, why? And they're like, just they do. So okay.
Australian actress. Her name is Bella Heathcote.
I don't know who this is.
She's an Australian actress from Melbourne.
Okay.
Yep. She has emerged as one of Hollywood's most sought after talents. She played in The Man in the High Castle. She was a German girl in that movie, TV show.
I would be willing to entertain her as possible for Sandy if somebody wants to make a movie.
She's married happily, though, unfortunately.
That's fine. I don't care about that. I am also married happily. So yeah. So I'm not too concerned.
I'm just trying to mix business with pleasure over here.
I am trying to make it so I don't have to actually do work as well.
I thought you sell the Porsche.
I could sell the Porsche. I don't. It's such a fun car, though.
Garrett says he needs a Walmart. All right, so we're members only now, which means that only the members can see me. And the viewership just look, dude, the viewership just went to 0. Now you see all the green things in the chat?
No, yeah.
Those are all members.
So there's not that many. Wow. Why do you do that?
YouTube said you should try that. And I was like, okay, let me try it.
Well, so it made it so nobody watches your show. That's interesting.
Shares blue. Well, this is fan service.
Oh, okay. I don't understand this world at all. You know that about me. I am just.
Let's see. The ballerina, wasn't that Anna de Armas, who is Tom Cruise's squeeze now? See, this is the kind of stuff we could talk about on the Everything Else show with Mover or whatever I'm going to call it.
It is definitely everything else.
This is not aviation related in a little bit.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have to have the little circly thing.
Green with a thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, and we could talk about what?
Because I'm not a member of this channel, so I found my way in without becoming a member.
You're literally on the show right now.
I know.
So
how many people watch this compared to like the Mover and Donkey show?
Oh, not even close to the same amount. Maybe 10%.
So the Mover and Donkey show is doing pretty good.
Live? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The Mover and Donkey show punches above its weight.
Wow.
Even monthly views for the clips and stuff. It consists.
It's
1.5 million views.
I can tell you specifically that people watch it, depending on what we're talking about, because you know the story I'm referring to.
Well, they like to get mad.
Oh, they get very mad and confront me, which is awesome.
You know what is funny? Nobody ever confronts Gonky.
That's because he doesn't leave his house.
Explain to me how Gonky is so loved. And
he has a way, and he's always had this. He has a way about him. I love Gonky more than a brother. I've known him for so long.
What would be more than a brother? Like a husband?
Yes.
What is what is there after
if that was the direction I was going, he would definitely be top 3. I'll just put that out.
Yeah, I mean, he is a pretty man, so I guess
he is pretty. But he always has, like, his personality is just that, like, that G-shucks personality that even if he says something that offends you, you naturally in your brain just go, he didn't mean it that way. Whereas I, and you to a lesser degree, have the opposite of that personality.
Yeah, right.
I could say the nicest thing in the world, and people's brains go, he meant that bad.
Yeah,
and
fight or flight.
Yeah, it's just, so that's the difference between the two. That's why.
Have you ever seen him mad?
Yes.
Like actually mad? I've seen him mad, but not like.
He was mad the day he found out that nobody was selecting Tomcats anymore.
Like mad? Like punching a wall like Kyle?
No, I mean, he's not a punch the wall kind of guy. But I mean, I'm not a punch the wall kind of guy either. That just hurts. But he was very upset and very mad when he missed out on potentially flying the Tomcat by like weeks.
He could have been flying with Ward Carroll.
See, so everything happens for a reason.
He'd finally have the deep intel that he so desires.
He would, yeah. That.
Well, that's the other thing too. I was talking about this before you showed up. We talked about on Monday we talked about the Bell 222 that crashed in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
And
what's the verdict on? I did not follow up on the fatality. Any?
There's no fatality so far.
Okay, good.
The little
'Cause
kid
that
got
was a
trapped.
horrible.
But no, it was. They were very fortunate in that.
Ugh.
And you know, the video start. I don't know if you watched it, but the video
I-
starts, and as I'm pausing it, because this is where things start. Where right before it turns,
Yeah.
a Delta A220 goes through the background. I'm like, there you go. There's your probable cause right there. You know,
There
that,
it is.
you know,
It is.
making fun of Delta because who doesn't?
Jet wash. That's
And
fun.
the people, like one German guy's in the comments, like, I do not understand what is funny. What is this? Why are you laughing at this horrible accident? It's like, God.
Because you have to laugh. Like nobody in aviation, and I understand this. I'm sure there's things in other fields. I just don't. Maybe I'm just too much.
You
of
should
a
see
cocky
law
pilot.
enforcement, dude. Dark
Oh,
humor.
I'm sure. No, I'm
Woo.
sure. My uncle was a cop. Like I saw that a lot. I mean, remember, like I grew up in a generation where I remember vividly as a child, I wanted to get my ear pierced.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing back then. I don't know why. I was, a teenager.
Mhm.
And it was New Year's Eve, and my uncle, as a joke, and his friends that were all cops grabbed me and drug me to my uncle's drill press. And they're like, we'll do it. And like, I realized early on, like that humor, which I did not understand at all at the time. They did not pierce my ear that way, by the way. But like, it's a way to blow off steam. And I think aviation, and I'd imagine, doctors to some degree, depending on their field of medicine, and there's other things like they probably have a similar sense of humor because if you don't laugh and make jokes, like you're never going to survive this job.
It's a vent.
It will just eat you alive.
It's a vent.
And it's brutal. So, yeah, but I mean, that's just like people don't understand my sense of humor more often than they understand my sense of humor. So
no, yeah, people are. I mean, they just want to be mad, and they get no feedback with their comments, because it's send only. There's no receive, and so like it becomes part of their habits and all this stuff, and I don't know, but let's see. MJ says, New York Post article titled "Bystanders Rush to Save Child Pinned Under Helicopter Huntington Beach Crash" is Pick kid. Yeah. So there was a kid, I think he's in critical condition or in pretty rough shape, but
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then Garrett says, can you do members only live reading all the hate comments so we did that. Remember when we did that for Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah.
The problem is Gonky like doesn't read comments. So when I send him one,
it really tore him up when he actually read some of them.
He's like, banned.
People
hate
me.
Banned. He doesn't.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, dude. It's funny, not that I need to plug this guy at all because he's a fantastic writer, but I was watching a clip that Jack Carr put up on his social media. Did you see this?
Okay, hold on. All right, let's back up for a second. Explain the Jack Carr phenomenon to me. Why is he so popular?
Okay, what I can
out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not hating. Like, I love the Amazon Prime. I've never read his books, but I've watched the Amazon Prime shows, and they're
good books.
Phenomenal.
They're good books.
They're good.
He's a great author.
I don't understand how, like, he did the popped out of nowhere thing in 2018.
Have you heard? You haven't heard this story.
I have apparently not. That's why I'm curious. Where did he come from?
So I will give you the story, but then let me give you what I was going to talk about because we're talking about hate comments. His latest book just came out, right?
Okay.
Obviously, huge fanfare, all that. So he's doing his book tour and all that, and he posted a video, just saying like, "Hey, it's out." Just like all of us, right? Like Amazon reviews, you can click on the 5 stars and that's great, but take the minute to write something positive, preferably, makes a huge difference. As you know, you taught me that, and it does. It really does. That's how the algorithm works. Anyway,
right.
So he's reading, and I find it funny because he's done this before, where he talks about good and bad reviews, and you can never make anybody happy. But one of the ones was he was referring to his bad reviews for the current book, and he was asking viewers like, "Hey, if you liked it, please go out and put some to offset these." And one, he goes, "It's hilarious." The review came at 12:01 a.m. So the book had been out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 1-star review, and it said Amazon sucks. And I'm like, so another one was upset. It was a 3-star review. It was upset because he pre-ordered the book off Amazon and it didn't come signed from Jack. And he's like, nothing from Amazon comes signed. Like, that's not, he's like, if you want it signed, there's other avenues. Another one, 1-star, was upset because he ordered it off Amazon and it didn't come. He does these really nice, and you've seen other authors do this, like the initial cadre of books, like comes nice packaging, Pelican case, like cool little other swag in it. He does really good at that. And this reader was upset that he didn't get that for $19.99 for the hardcover that he bought pre-ordered on Amazon. So it's very funny. So again, even the best, like I showed the video to my wife and she goes, well, you could at least say, if nothing else comes from your author career, you share just as ridiculous reviews as Jack Carr. And I'm like, 100%. But to give you the background, so he was a SEAL, obviously. Did his, I want to say he did his 20, 04, 05 when he got out. Not 100% there.
All SEALs have to write a book. Go on.
Yep, that's true. But his thing was, I believe his mother was like a librarian or something, bookstore, something like that. He was always into books. Like he was a book lover as a child. Like read all sorts of stuff. Read about the SEALs in Vietnam, all this stuff, right? All the the Rambos, all those stories. I think he's never come out and said this. I'll say it. I think he was smart enough in the teams to realize, unless you want to go be a contractor in the civilian world or start a t-shirt company or start a coffee company, the transferable skill for a SEAL into the civilian world is a lot less than other specialties.
Okay.
Right. Pilots are, it's almost, I mean, it's an off-ramp.
Unless you're a helicopter pilot, then it's tough.
But there's even things in the helicopter world. You know that. I mean, there is, right? So he knew getting out, he was going to have to do something. I believe he also has a special needs child. So I like the fact that he was thinking about his family and all that.
Yeah.
So he wanted to write this book, and he did it the traditional way, traditional publishing and all that. And that's fine. But he really honed the craft and wrote it and took the time on his first book. But your answer is like, where did this blow up from?
Where did it come from? Yeah.
This is the story that he has told. As the book's about to come out, one of his, and I want to say enlisted SEALs, but I could be wrong on that. One of the dudes that worked with him in the teams wrote him an email and said, hey, I heard your book's coming out. Really excited to read it. I wanted to thank you for all, the mentorship you gave us in the teams. You always went above and beyond and told us to prepare for the real world and all this stuff, right? I have a favor to ask if it's possible. And, the favor is, is there any way I could get a signed copy for a friend of mine? I think he would really enjoy the book. So Jack's like, absolutely, right? What's your friend's name? Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Now, Jack will go on further, and I'm not knocking him. I would love to give him a hard time about this, but he will then go on and say, it's amazing it was Chris Pratt because that's the exact author I had in mind when I wrote the book. And I'm like, is it exactly the author you had in mind?
Actor.
I mean, if it is, that's great. But
yeah,
I just find that part of the story funny. But I mean, that's the reality of this business, right? I mean, it's what I refer to as like the Oprah Winfrey cupcake theory. Right?
Dude.
Like she can go into a bakery and tweet that it's the greatest cupcake she ever ate, and this mom and pop bakery shop is now going nuts, right? That's just the world we live in.
How many times I'm jealous? I am.
100%.
I'm jealous because that's what it took. And meanwhile, I've been, since 2013. How many times have I said, hey, I think we're on the verge of a movie, and then you get stuck in development hell and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then the worst one for me, 2016. Yeah, it had to be 2017, because I just started with the airline like in the first year, and friend of a friend, right? Always a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Friend of a friend. I had written Absolute Vengeance. I had not published it yet because Absolute Vengeance was going to be the book that, the whole scarlet letter of self-publishing. So I was going to spin off, get away from the series, write something fresh and new and non-aviation related, and get it traditionally published because I had some ideas from being a cop. And I had sent it to a friend of mine who I did not know, sent it to their producer friend, and the producer had sent it to an agent, book agent. And I met with I flew to New York, because I was just getting used to non-revving, and this is back when you could non-rev.
Yeah.
Went all the way up to New York, and I had lunch with the producer and the book agent. And real, you start to feel special when you're doing crap like that.
100%.
Right?
It's a sales job. It's a sales job. That's their job.
And so, the guy's like, yeah, can't wait to, we'll take a look at it. And what ended up being the deal breakers, he came back and he's like, well, you've got the Super Squirrel secret group called Odin, right? And I was like, yep. He's like, we're going to have to change all that. And I said, what do you mean we're going to have to change all that? He goes, well, that's racist. And I said, the Norse mythology is racist? He's like, yeah, that's white supremacy. I said, you know what?
We're done here.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, that producer calls me back and she's like, I gave that book to, and I was like, oh God, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
But this one was legit. And she's like, there's a film producer who's got this huge war chest. Like he's got a whole bunch of production money and he's coming to the US. He's from Turkey, actually. He's coming to the US. He's relocated his family, and he was very big in Turkey, and now he wants to be in the United States. And we're gonna, he loves Absolute Vengeance because of the Middle East stuff, right? All the stuff that I've got in there. And so I'm like, okay, and like, can we meet for lunch? I'm like, well, sure.
Yeah.
And I did the non-rev New Orleans to LA. And I remember I was in the Uber, right? And you're so excited. You're like, hey, I'm going to, what are you going? I'm going to have lunch, in Beverly Hills. Like, no kidding. It was at this place in Beverly Hills. And we go have lunch and, they're like, yeah, it'll probably be like I forgot what it was. We got an $8 million or $10 million budget. And we want to start, like, this was in August. We want to start like in January. We want to get this bam, bam, bam. We want to get this done. I'm going to have the screenwriter write the script on spec, and we're going to get this done and whatever. Leave that place. And I'm like, remember the old car, I'm in the money, where Bugs Bunny's counting dollars. Like, dude, I got back. I called my buddies. I'm like, hey, we need to have dinner. Like, why? I got to tell you.
Bought a ZR1.
Yeah. I'm like, I got to tell you this stuff. And, don't tell anybody else. But this time next year, my book's going to be, I'm going to be this famous, I'm going to be the Jack Carr.
Yep.
And, over 6 months, I'm like, every couple of weeks I'm emailing like, hey, how's the script going? Need any help? I'm a writer. I can do this.
Yeah.
And the person she got to write this on script, I told him, I said, look, I really don't care, but I do want to protect my stuff. And,
100%.
like, don't be racist. Don't be anti-cop. Don't be, there was like certain rules. And this was the time when the Colin Kaepernick stuff was happening, the anti-cop, the take a knee, all that stuff. I don't want to be in America anymore. Yeah. And the script that came back, he only wrote, I want to say it was 60 pages, which if you know anything about screenwriting, 1 page is 1 minute, which 60 pages is not enough for an entire movie.
Sure.
That's all he could do in 6 months. And I read this thing, and like the very first opening scene, they do the morning briefing. And they're in the locker room, which we don't have locker rooms, right? We show up to work prepared. Like that's like some NYPD stuff.
You're not just walking around nude with a bunch of dudes snapping towels? That's
well, so the cops are in the thing and they're talking about their billy clubs and beating the crap out of minorities. Like, I'm reading this, like my face is getting red going, oh my, like I'm getting angry.
How did you take my book and turn it into this?
And so the school bus shootout scene, turns into he's riding with another guy and they're chasing the school bus and he's like, keep driving, I got this. And he grabs his rifle, he stands up and gets through the sunroof, which I don't know if you know anything about cop cars, but there's this thing called the light bar on top that prevents them. We don't really have a lot of luxury items in our police vehicles, and the sunroof is definitely not one of them. There's no panoramic sunroof that you can stand through. And so he stands up on the center console, gets through the sunroof, and starts popping rounds off at this school bus at the terrorists.
I love
and this. Then it blows up or whatever, and like I'm like, okay. And so there's this another character that he has. and that guy's watching it, and he actually is a former veteran. So he portrays this guy as a veteran, and he's doing racial slurs at the TV watching this unfold, because he'll be a character later in the thing. And I'm like, where in my books did you find this? Does not exist. This is not.
That's a shame. So how did it all end? Like, how did you go?
We didn't. Oh, with that?
Yeah. Because you still have rights in this.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I still owned everything. Okay. After 6 months, what happened was, I said, look, let me take a hack at this, right? Let me write 120 page, because it's 2 hours.
Sure.
And I wrote 2 hour, and it was almost verbatim, like from the book. Like I hardly changed anything. And she said, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. And then the director had some family issues back in Turkey. Like his dad was like a political prisoner or something. And so, and then his brother died. And so then it just fell apart. And I said, you know what? We're done. We're not doing this again. And so that fell apart. And then obviously I've had other stuff since then, but that was like the biggest, like, this could have been something. I thought we were as close as we were going to get, because this producer used to work for Ray Stark, back in the days of New Line Cinema and all that stuff. This would have been
it's not just a nobody showing up.
It wasn't it wasn't like just a random independent producer, but
so I wonder if and I hope nobody, I know we're now members only, so it's probably
this will probably be live. People non-members will be able to watch it later.
I don't want people in the slightest to think, like, I have the utmost respect for Jack Carr. Like, any interactions online. I mean, we've chatted a very, very little bit. I'm sure he doesn't even remember. But look, I look at a guy, here's what's the mark for me. He served his country, right? He had a plan getting out. He has a family that you don't know anything about. Those are the three big markers for me, that even with all the fame and even with what he's worth and all that, he keeps his family protected. So to me, he's told me everything I need to know about him. So I'm super happy for the guy. I'm super happy that he's
I just didn't understand how we went
where it came from.
Brand new Navy SEAL writer to Chris Pratt. Like, I never
that was the connection.
Like, how is he so famous so fast? And that explains
so the moral of the story is, every enlisted man and woman that worked for me in my time in the Navy, I apologize for everything I said. It was just, heat of the moment. It was basically the department heads were on me.
Would you like
if you know any,
please?
If you know any actors or actresses that would love to get behind no. I mean, dude, that is just, you look at a situation like that and the situation you went through and the stuff that I've done, and it's like, dude, that's just life. Like, there's a purpose here, and I don't think everybody's purpose is the same path, and I don't think we know our purpose. So you just kind of work as hard as you could work and do the best you can and put one foot in front of the other and be ready for the opportunities. That's the big thing, right? I mean, he was ready for that opportunity. He had a solid book. Because remember, if his book sucked and his buddy gave it to Chris Pratt, he'd be a no.
Oh, yeah. What?
So he put in the work, right? It was the same way that, and this is a very loose analogy, but like, you remember when Treason Flight came out and I decided I want to do an audiobook, right? And I reached out to Mike Dawson because I didn't know this world, but I loved his voice. Dude, Mike Dawson does a lot of work. I mean, he's Adam Carolla, podcast producer. He's a comedian. He's a musician. He's done audiobooks. I'm nobody. And we had a conversation and I'm like, hey man, I'd really like to do this. And his answer was, it sounds interesting. Give me a couple of chapters, because if your book sucks, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So you have to be prepared for those opportunities, but you've got to, dude, you can't predict it. You've gotten a heck of a lot further than I have. That's for sure. So, I mean, I at this point in my career, I just hope I'm a consultant for your movie when it happens. I don't know at this rate.
Jonathan said, my dad had to go to the ER yesterday. First thing I did was make a joke about him kicking the bucket. We all laughed. He's fine now. People need to relax. I'm glad he's okay. God,
I'm glad he's okay too.
Scary. That's scary. But you're right, Wombat. I mean, it's I have gone through every iteration. I mean, we tried the Fights On TV show, and that was the worst time in the history of the world to try to fundraise something for that. And, I've even gone iterations of making the book and like, okay, I will be Alex Shepard in this book. Like, you know,
Yeah.
even the acting side, like I will do
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
And it just, and even developing other TV shows. I mean, it's, to me, it's about, you keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and eventually something's going to stick.
It has to.
As long as you're putting in the work and the effort and making it quality, right? You know, it's not
Sure.
just, you know, any little thing. Like with Project Virtus, you know, I do the science fiction side of things. That's a whole new genre for me. And it's taking longer to write because I don't know it as much, right? It's not like I don't know sci-fi as well. So I have to spend more time doing more research and like, hey, is this actually a real thing? Like,
yeah, you just can't make stuff up the same way. The
apparently you
beauty
can't.
of the writing that we do, aviation and police related for you, is you know so much about it.
Right. Like, I know there's no sunroof. I know that. Pretty sure we've never ordered a unit with a sunroof.
So I think the major problem here is that, because if you fix that, then you have a movie.
Yeah.
So just have your police department order sunroofs.
Order
Problem solved.
Yeah. Well, but anyway, so this kind of stuff, I mean, books, right? We could talk about this on the new show. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, I don't know, what's Jack Carr's podcast about? I'm sure it's probably,
he does a lot of different things. His Danger Close podcast, which is sponsored by SIG, which helps.
Really?
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean,
some
you have
guys get all the luck, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
well, but here's the difference too, right? Is when you're a SEAL, you have a lot of these companies that you've dealt with in the teams, right? I mean, aviation is inherently different in two regards. One, like, you don't have contacts at General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman and Boeing.
Oh no! In fact, what's the opposite of contacts at Boeing now? What's the I have enemies at Boeing.
So my point is, because on the individual level, there doesn't need to be, right? Because these contracts are huge. They're building these aircraft and all this. So you don't have that connection. And two, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, aviators eat their young more than special ops guys do. 100%, right? Because we're all, on some level, we have this egotistical daddy issue, whatever it is, where it's like you can't see your brother or sister going up doing the same thing you are because, well, wait a second, why am I not that good? Like, we have this weird ego about it that runs through aviation, and I don't know why. And we've dealt with people, we know similar people that are egotistical that way and also just want to put out quantity. And look, they're going to be successful in their own right, and that's fine. That's just not how I choose to be. That's not how you choose to be. That's not how Gonki is. And I think that's why the three of us have kind of gravitated together in this and go, you know what? I may never be, you know, a producer or, you know, even just a sit-in for my own movie. That's fine. But I have now been given a platform through you guys to achieve goals and also to help people. And that's good enough for me. And if anything else comes out of it, well, that's gravy.
So I wonder, you mentioned, you make a good point though. How much support do you think he had from the teams? Because
probably more than you realize. And then I think once it started getting momentum, I bet it went insane. And that's the difference.
Well, so I remember when I first started, now granted, I was still doing this, right? I was still flying fighters at the time. I had gone from the Makos to VFA 204. And honestly, VFA 204, Farley was very supportive within VFA 204. A couple people in that squadron were not, but the most unsupportive side was from the Makos. Like, they built a shrine to the Spectre series in the bar, like to make, you know, because they were angry about it. You know, because every single one of them thought that the book was about them, which it wasn't, of course. I mean, I needed, where do you find a squadron that is near Cuba? Like, I don't know how, like, I guess I could have done Key West, but I mean, you know, you write what you know, and sometimes you take stuff that you know, but they were pretty pissed about it. And when I went to interview, and I've told this story before, to A-10s at Moody, you know, the most hostile interview I'd ever been a part of, the books came up, and the books came up as a, you know, well, you're making money off the backs of your bros. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a fiction book. I didn't make, you know, I mean, I made the money off of typing 90,000 words and going through all that. And oh, by the way, it's self-published, so it didn't make a lot of money anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like it wasn't.
Define money.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you think I make off of
Yeah.
this?
Well,
And
I
even,
think that's a common misconception as well.
and even later, as we, the stuff in 2023 or two or whenever, 2022, when all that stuff happened, they're like, well, anything you do promotes your books. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why is there so much hostility towards writing a book? And you're right. It was specific to the fighter community, because when I wrote Absolute Vengeance, the law enforcement community was incredibly supportive. I have a picture of the sheriff holding the book up. He was like,
I don't understand what it is about aviation. I wish it would change, because so here's the thing, right? You look at, and we write fiction, but it's fictionalized, right? I mean, everything comes from something. Everything in Treason Flight is something I experienced on some level. That's no different than like Stephen Kuntz with Flight of the Intruder, right? It's no different. But what's interesting about this is it's a generational thing I see as well, right? Because if you think really hard, right, and you go on your social media and you see like, oh, World War II ace dies, or this, everybody's like, oh man, those stories.
Yeah.
And the stories, like the stories are gone. We got to keep the stories alive, right? Vietnam, same thing. The stories, right? Flight of the Intruder, this type of thing. And then all of a sudden, like our generation comes and it's like, no, you're just being a douche.
Yeah.
What are you telling? Like, no.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you trying to prove, man? I flew the Hawkeye too. The comment that you nicely deleted, but was when I ranted about Purse 43 on one of those shows, and somebody wrote, I showed it to you, is like, taking career advice from Wombat is worse than taking career advice from Jeffrey Epstein. Like, that was a squadron mate of mine.
Yeah.
Like,
and just
think
to be
about
clear,
that. And
I'm
it's
not just to be clear, I'm not going to delete somebody that just expresses their opinion. What you're talking about was somebody that was relentless and personal. And that's what I will delete. If somebody is acting like that, that's a lot different.
Out of line. So, I mean, that's the thing where you're like, what happened? And I think some of it, honestly, I think it's a jealousy thing, man. I really do. In the fact that, not from the money side, right? At least to me, because I don't think people are looking at me like, man, that you are rolling in it because of your books. Because let me put that at ease. That's not the
books
case.
Bought the Porsche.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, I mean, you should see the other 3 Porsches they bought. I just haven't showed them publicly yet, but that's how much is rolling in on royalties. No. The royalties may have bought that Porsche right there, sitting on the shelf. Maybe. But the point of I think what it is that, at least in my case, and I think in your case, but definitely in my case, I can speak to myself, is I've reached a point in life where I'm very happy, right? I'm happy with my family dynamic. I'm more or less happy with my job, where I'm at and how I work that. And I'm happy with the writing. I'm happy with being able to help people. And I think a lot of the negativity you see in aviation is people aren't happy in their place in life.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that they won't become happy, just where they're at right now, whether they're in a bad job in military aviation, whether they stuck around and they don't like that decision, whether they got out, but they're at the airlines and they're super junior and that sucks, whether they just had a bad relationship. You never know what people are going through. And I think that bleeds over. For some reason, there's this comfort level to be like, I can attack you in aviation because I did the same job as you. And it's like, whoa, dude, like, I'm just trying to be happy and share a story. And one of the original interviews we did, I told you, like, my 2 goals with writing was I was going to write a story you've never heard, which I did, because I can't stand the regurgitated stories. And I was going to make the Hawkeye sexy, which I'm here to say I did. So, I mean, I achieved my goals, whatever happens. And I think you have too. And, you're obviously not just resting on your laurels. Like, you're going to keep working. We all keep working. But I think it's one of those situations where there's a jealousy aspect for all the wrong reasons. And I don't know if you see that the same way. I'm sure there are. I'm sure if you look at guys like, and I'm just going to name the big ones in the SEAL world that I know, because I don't follow SEALs, but like the Jockos, the, what's his face? The dude, David Goggins, like the big outspoken personalities, mm-hmm. right? I'm sure that they have hate in the teams of like, dude, who's this guy? But it's like, you know what? Like, whatever. Like, they choose to ignore it. Or, I mean, David Goggins cracks me up. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, but I love the fact that he's like, I made a loop tape of all their comments and I listened to it. That's my soundtrack. And I'm like, dude, that guy's wired a different way. Right. So it's different. You know what I mean? It's just a different world. So I don't know. You know, it is what it is, and you just have to roll with it, man, and just do the best you can. If you can look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, that's all that matters. I mean, really.
I avoid mirrors.
Good.
Just straight up, don't even. But anyway, yeah, nothing else from the audience.
Did I just rant?
Laura B's trying to say that the Hawkeye's not sexy. What's wrong with that?
She's wrong. I mean, that's pretty simple.
There you go. Last year, your last name's Rollins Clancy. You're not making that much money on books. You're right. Ask me how I know.
But that's okay though, because like Mover, like you told me, like you don't go into it for that, right? Like
it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle of writing the sequel to the sci-fi book, and I'm sitting here going, "This is not, like." You start to think about it. Don't ever think about how much money you make per hour doing it, because then it gets super depressing.
Yeah, 100%.
Like we're talking pennies.
You gotta have a love for it.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
In fact, it's funny. I channeled my inner mover the other day. So the gym that my wife's affiliated with, she's met some friends there, and the owner reached out to her like, "Hey, I saw Trees and Fly. Like, it seems like he did pretty well with that." And I was like it was almost like he was shocked. It's the standard thing where like people are surprised when they found out I wrote a book or books, like, and it's more so like they didn't think I could even read a book, which is fair. But what's very interesting about it is he wants to write a book. He wants to write a sci-fi book. He's actually working on it. He's like, I really enjoy it. All this stuff. And I remember hearing myself, I'm like, dude, just enjoy the process. Put the words down. Don't overthink it. But I was thinking of you. I'm like, well, maybe I'll connect you to one day if he has more questions about that genre.
That is how you and I met, because you were friends with Gonky, and you were like, "Oh, I'm thinking about writing a book."
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. And Gonky was like, I know a guy who can write some books. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Like, and then he said, we're Air Force. And I was like, no, thanks. And then he was like, but he came to the Navy. And I was like,
that's not what he told me, dude. He told me you were a fan of all my books. And
100%. I've read them. They're back there. There's, the good ones.
Like, okay, I got to do this for a fan. Yeah. It's like make a wish for Wombat here.
Yeah, dude. No kidding. No kidding.
All right, Wombat. Well, I promised people an hour, and we've got a whole show on Monday, so I don't want to burn you out.
No, it'll be good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of stuff to talk about, probably.
Good. I won't prepare at all, as always.
We might have Mattingly on. So
who's that
as well? Colonel Mattingly, our our old boss.
To watch what I say.
No, he. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not, but I think Gonky will be like out. Like there's no Gonky Monday, so we'll see.
Is he okay? Everything's okay.
He's going to training, so no.
Oh, so no.
He's at
civilian training, not military training.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the joke last week, but for the motion sim, they take him to Space Mountain because they can't afford motion simulators.
So messed up, man.
They just have them.
That is funny. It's true.
They got a laptop and Microsoft Flight Sim, and they just ride around.
They're just on their iPad, like. Jeez, that's.
But he will be in the hotel.
So he's in training. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, training. I'm 100% planning, unless something catastrophic. But I am 100% planning on being there. It should be good.
Actually, no. Somebody's just said they're waiting for the picture. Hold on. Somebody did send the picture. Hold on.
Oh boy, is this the?
Steve sent this. Hold on. I have this. I actually have a picture. Hold on. Wait one. Hey, look, there's sound effects now.
Wow.
StreamYard's adding stuff every day.
Nice.
I mean, when are we going to use that? I don't know.
No.
Here you go. Prepare yourself.
I don't think I could be. That's awesome. I feel like when he's in the Airbus simulator, it's not far off that, other than the flight suit. Like I bet it's pretty close.
Old Gonky, man. He's special. He's a
I
special
mean,
fella.
you gotta love him. You gotta love him.
He's a special fella.
He's a loyal dog. That's for sure.
Dude, this is a blast from the past. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that garage floor. It's
Old
horrible.
garage.
Old garage, non-motivational workout rig. I mean, ugh.
That's look at that.
One book,
one Mustang.
Ridiculous.
All the things have changed. How are you even holding that helmet?
It's not easy. It's surgically implanted apparently in my side.
Back in the
and the flight suit zipper is way too Air Force in that photo for me. So
hey, we can do we'll have to try this. We could do QR codes now.
Oh, that's neat. So can you you could plug my website and people could go buy it immediately.
Yeah.
So if you could, that'd be cool.
Was it trmatson.com?
It is.
Right
my wife, she gets tickled. So and again, there's not a lot of money in anything, merchandise wise, as you know, and all that, it's pennies on the dollar, but it gets put into an account and then every month it gets transferred. And when she sees that transfer, she is so excited. And it's for it cracks me up because it's for the littlest amounts of money. I just got a royalty check from Drafted Digital for $25. She's
nice.
Like, what was that from? And I was like, ebook sales from, the non-Amazon. And she's like, that's awesome. And I was like, you are so easy to please. You know what I mean? I'm like,
so to speak.
All for it. So, yeah, in that regard. But, so yeah, it's funny. So yeah, you could do QR codes and sell merch, and I'm trying to. That's hilarious. I'm trying to get rid of merchandise so I can come up with new stuff, but I want to get rid of the stuff I have. So just to have more space. So most of my stuff goes on pretty hard sales at this point. So, but whatever. So,
well, it's one day at a time. Come on, man.
It is. So,
all right. Well, hey, goodbye to the people. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. See you Monday
night. It's going to be
WOMBAT.
huge. It's gonna be huge.
See ya.